Hello, witchy people! As you can see from my window out there, it is nighttime and I've had an extremely long day. I have had a few deliveries. They're all piled up down there. Just boxes of stuff. I've got some new rummage through. I have some new oils. I have, juniper berry and juniper leaf. So that's going to be a useful one. And note those bottles. I've actually ordered some amber coloured bottles with the roller, that you can get in them. And I will be mixing up my own perfumes, oil-based perfumes. And, oh, those are the lids. I have decided that I am going to use several different oils because I've got fractionated coconut oil, but for the most part that can be really, really oily. It's not one of those oils, it's a good base oil, but it doesn't soak into the skin as well. It can be quite slick. I've also got passion flower base oil, grapeseed oil, which is one that I use all the time anyway, and olive oil, and peach kernel oil, and obviously sweet almond oil. And this is a company that I use a lot, and that is Essential Oils Direct. And I like them because they are, especially if you go in for wholesale, as a wholesale buyer rather than just a normal everyday buyer, you do get some really good deals. You do have to order, I think it's £66 to get free delivery. But trust me, I mean, if you're going to go shopping, say, once every 6 months or so and get a whole load of stuff, then that's possible. You know, don't do it too often. I think the minimum order value for a wholesale account is 44. I think it's £44. I'm not too sure though. Anyway, so lots of bottles. Of course, the bottles aren't the oil bottles for making the perfume, roller perfumes. I can get them cheaper, to be honest, but I like this company and I find that they're reliable, and what they offer is it's good quality stuff. More oils, and I've actually already taken one out because there's an oil that I have never heard of before. I suppose because it's not a typically English oil, and I ordered several of them, and it's called Ravensara essential oil, and it actually reminds me of Vicks Vapor Rub. So a mentholated sort of vapor rub with a slight sweet undertone. So yeah, I actually ordered, they had them on special offer, and I thought I'm going to order a few and see what I do with those. And there were a couple I wanted. I wanted to get the juniper ones and clove leaf and camphor essential oils rather than just the clove bud, which I do have. And the reason being is because I am going to do, get this, dieting the witchy way. Now, okay, there isn't actually a witchy way to diet. There are many spells that you can use, to be honest, to help you lose weight, but essentially they are using aromatherapy and certain flavours and tastes and scents to reduce your appetite or to help, you know, massage away fat deposits and stuff like that. So I'm going to be making, I actually ordered a electric aroma diffuser. I haven't had one before. I haven't had an electric one before, and I thought I'm going to order one and see how it goes. And if I really like it, I shall order a decent large one, because there are certain scents, aromas that you can put together that help suppress your appetite. and I'll go into that in a minute. I'm also going to start making my own room sprays. And because I will be using distilled water and essential oils, you have to have something in there to make the essential oils mix with the water, because oil and water doesn't mix. And what you use is something called polysorbate, which I've got. Another good company, Cosmetics Made Easy. Their polysorbate 20, which is a thinner liquid. See, this one's quite a thick liquid. Their polysorbate 20 is quite, it's less viscous, it's a bit more runny, and you can use that with a lot of essential oils. For thicker oils, they advise using polysorbate 80, which is obviously thicker. I like to use the polysorbate 80 anyway. Now, I haven't actually used Cosmetics Made Easy, their polysorbate, before. I've heard a few good things about the company, so I'm giving them a go, and they were relatively inexpensive. Because I have a lot of the stuff already, obviously it's not going to cost me very much to make my own air fresheners, perfumes and such like. And hopefully, because I'll be using stuff that is already mine, I'll be able to sort of like relay that lower cost if I sell the things in my Etsy store. Okay, I also ordered copper wire, and I got silver coated copper wire and copper wire for when I make, I've got some ivy, I think I showed it before, dried ivy that I'm going to be making into wands. I thought I want them to have a copper element to them, so there's that. And once again, I have had to replace a book I can no longer find, and it is this one, Incense, Oils and Brews. It's a Scott Cunningham book. It's a very popular book. I don't necessarily use it as like Ostara incense, you know, certain times, but his recipes for ointment are quite good. Rather than just the oils, his ointments are quite good, and you tend to use them as, once again, it's the difference between using them ritually and as your path, or the way that you are a witch tells you, or you can do it intuitively or a mix of both. And for the most part, I find Scott Cunningham, you can sort of like ignore what he says and use what he says intuitively, take his learnings and twist them to how you need them. The other book I got is Be Your Own Astrologer. This is by Joanna Waters. I don't think it's Waters, I think it's Waters. There we go. Joanna Waters, Be Your Own Astrologer, and it's by a company called Seco Books. So there we go. This was quite inexpensive, and I liked it because it looked simple, like me. So there we go. And then as promised, I am getting them around the right way. Ta-da! And I showed you my copy of these. I do have several more copies, which I am going to be, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making them up into kits and selling them inexpensively. Usually divination cards, fortune cards, you expect to pay about £15 for. I won't be charging that much, and there will be a lot more in them, hopefully. So I do have a few of those, and the rest of it is all books and stuff, boxes and stuff for my store. Anyway, let's get these back. So I'm trying to find what else I got in there. Oh, cinnamon leaf. I've got cinnamon leaf and anise, juniper needle. Oh, and I got some Spanish sage, because someone said to me Spanish sage has a slightly more spicy aroma than the sweet sage that you get from other countries. So I thought I'd give Spanish sage essential oil. There you go. That's same trouble. Once you get everything out, you've got to put everything back away again. So, right, dieting the witchy way. What I have decided is, now it's all a mess down there. Okay, what I have decided is, obviously there is no substitution for eating well and exercising, but you can aid and help that. And oh crikey, oh, I think I need some peppermint oil. Okay, the oils I am going to be using for weight loss are not just oils that are necessarily kind of associated with weight loss, but ones that I like as well. So we include things like grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, because I love bergamot oil, peppermint, and cinnamon, among others. Those are going to be sort of like the basis of my, and it's basically going to be aromatherapy. I have been told chives as well, but chive oil, really? I don't know. I haven't actually seen it. Okay, so I've written a few recipes down, and these are aromatherapy recipes, so they are for using to smell. They're not to be ingested in any way. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording for a second and then come back, and so that I can have the English and American measures. There's only a couple, I think, so I will be right back. Okay, let's get this recipe done. So for a fat reducing massage, now the point here is, okay, yes, the essential oils that you put into your base oil or your carrier oil do make a bit of a difference, but the main difference is going to be the massage. The massage is what helps, so I've been told, break up body fats. It's very good for cellulite. The massage is good for you, and it improves circulation anyway. So the fat reducing massage, but it is just a good one. So you need 1/4 of a cup, that's the American, weights and measures. In England it's about 60 ml, which is 2 fluid ounces. And you need a good base oil. Now, almond oil is what is listed and preferred. Most people say almond oil. Of course, if you're allergic to nuts, don't use that. Use something else. To your 60 ml, 2 fluid ounces, 1/4 of a cup of oil base, whichever one you choose, you add, and this one's really easy, 5 drops of cypress essential oil, 5 drops of lemon essential oil, and 5 drops of grapefruit essential oil. And obviously you give that a good mix and you use that as a massage. The scent, lemon is a natural appetite suppressant and supposedly helps to break down fat when you eat it, when you ingest it. Obviously you can't ingest the essential oils, but as a food, grapefruit and lemon both do that. So that is a massage oil. Now, the reason why I want an electric diffuser is, for a diffuser, you need, right, this is for the scent that is going to be an appetite suppressant. Now, you can make this with into a rollable, use it with a carrier oil, and use it on your wrist, neck, quite low, not high here, but quite low here. Occasionally your temples, not always a good idea because sometimes it's not very good to react near to the eyes. But certainly here, and also in the crook of your arm here. Okay, now then, the appetite suppressant scent to use in a diffuser is 40, that's 40 drops of mandarin, 20 drops of lemon, and 12 drops each of ginger and peppermint. That's the diffuser blend. Now, if you're going to use this in a rollerball or to make up a scent, I would suggest doing that by a quarter. So that would be 10 drops of mandarin, 5 drops of lemon, and 3 drops of ginger and peppermint, and put that in at least, how much have we got? 10, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that's 21 drops. I would say at least 20 ml of carrier oil or base oil. And that does make, and it's one of those scents, if you're feeling, like, you've got to bear in mind that part of this is psychosomatic. It's what you think is happening, and that's why it works. However, there are studies to suggest that it does work. Certain scents do affect you in certain ways. I can remember when I was really into aromatherapy and herbalism and such like, that if you have a high blood pressure, you should on no account whatsoever use black pepper essential oil. Just one of those things. And it's one of those things that I kind of remember because my father had high blood pressure at the time. Anyway, so those are the 2 recipes. One is a massage and one is for a diffuser, or you can lower the amount and add it to a base oil and use it as a kind of like a perfume. So it's a weight loss perfume. It's an appetite suppressant perfume. And that's it. That's my weight loss the witchy way. And obviously I will tell you how it's going as soon as I get my diffuser. I've only just ordered it. I haven't actually got it through the post yet. So there we go. Hopefully that was understandable, and yeah, keep on wishing me luck. The other thing, sorry, I've got a hair that keeps on tickling my nose. The other thing I've done, I have actually filmed my house. And like I said, it's already been filmed, and I will put it out there in YouTube land if you really want to see it. Like I said, just don't, if you don't, just don't say anything. As I said before, it's a boring house. It's not really a particularly witchy house, though some people said, oh, you're well into Kerunos, is that right? And Herne the hunter and everything, because I have stags everywhere. Anyway, so I will be making my own aromatherapy blend, and if I like the scent of it, because obviously you have to like what you're sniffing, and I feel like it is an appetite suppressant, mood lifter, and does help with my diet, then I will share it. Simple as. So yeah, and I will try and keep going. I had a bit of chocolate today, but just a bit, and I really enjoyed it. Anyway, thank you again, witchy people, for watching, and I will be back soon. Bye bye for now.